Alright, we are live. Umbreon, why did you roll your hit dice twice?
You said always reroll natural ones.
That was for dice saucers.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
no,
I'll take the two then.
yeah. Like someone else rolled a one during their hit dice last level up as well. Sorry.
I really don't care. I just did because I remember you saying that.
Alright, we're live.
Yeet.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another session of Grim Hollow. Where we last left off. Let's see, checking my notes real quick. Where we last left off, we have just gotten to the capital of Soma, Novostoya. So we'll just go ahead and go to the world map for this explanation. We have finally traveled all the way from Void to Novostoya, hitting many challenges on the way. Now,
Searching far and wide, perhaps.
yeah, hoping to catch them all. Anyway, as we continue to head down to Novostoya, we ran into a few problems. One, group complications. Two, undead are being little bitches. And three, someone is spreading the Reaping Pox in Soma. But it's okay. All of those are not important. Except for the fact that one of our players decided to bring a Weeping Pox coated weapon into the center of Novostoya.
That was me. I did that.
Yeah, good job. Getting the party quarantined for a number of days. Let's see. I can actually probably find where these number of days.
2 weeks.
Roughly 2 weeks. I actually rolled dice for it.
They're not following proper quarantine procedures.
12 days total. And we are starting on about the 8th day is where we're picking up at. So everyone's got about 4 more days of quarantine. And during these days, you guys are being poked and prod constantly. Making sure you guys aren't sick, making sure everything is going well. Just doing tests. Now, where we also last left off is certain players have made alliances and certain players had made enemies. And we're just going to see how the result of those alliances
You are
and
making
enemies.
this far more dramatic than it actually is.
Yes, I am, because I can. So,
It's dumb.
TV.
It's dumb. Do you want me to punch another one of your fucking gods? I'll do it.
So, as, Carl continues to interrupt the DM, and testing his patience, let's get back to Grim Hollow. And motherfucker, the intro's broken. I actually made an intro. Why is it not working?
Because fuck you.
OBS update. OBS update. I bounded you to a key and it's not. Screw it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it later. I actually made a cool intro for Grim Hollow. I'm sad.
Lucas, we weren't on the 8th day when we, Oh wait, why am I asking you? You have shit memory. Who here doesn't have terrible memory?
I remember the shit I do typically towards the end of a session.
Okay.
So if it's about me.
So
it's less the what you did, more what day we were on. Because we're starting at the 8th, but I don't feel like we ended at the 8th. I thought it was like the 6th or something. We were halfway through it.
You ended at the 6th, but I'm...
So it's 2 days later. That's fine. I'm keeping tallies of things.
For your training and all that.
Yes, so it's 2 days past.
So, it is day 8, early morning. Everybody is up and at 'em. And what is everybody doing? I know the Badger is still a Badger.
I mean, I'm nocturnal, so...
Combat drills. all of the combat drills. Buddy needs to keep calm. So Buddy is getting drilled. Wait, that didn't come out right.
Why do I feel like that's a video that should never be made?
Yeah, we're just gonna keep going past that. Combat training with the other sword user.
Okay. No swords, but okay.
I'm a hand-to-hand fighter. She's learning.
So, Apex, not Apex, Authy, doing.
I am reading my books. And yes, I have been keeping track of the amount of time that I've been able to do this for. I actually get my first fucking ASI improvement with this at the end of this day, I believe.
Well, Authy, I hate to burst your bubble, but you're getting interrupted.
That's fine.
As
Just means I technically have one more day I have to do this for.
everyone here sees that a bunch of people, very well, not well dressed, but well protected, like in those hazmat suits I told you guys about, walk in a lot more than normal. And they start to form a line in between.
I'm still in my room, so they're
I'm
probably wondering where the
also in my
fuck I
room.
am.
They would go into your room.
Okay, I'm asleep. Your point?
Cool. Makes this easier. They're going to ask people here, including the bloody badger or the badger's owner, they need to take blood samples. Something.
I am a doctor, I'm used to this.
And Authy, you are actually brought aside first as you hear a familiar voice.
I groan as I just slowly turn.
Wow.
I imagine I see the extremely eccentric Dr. 2 Feet.
Yes, and his suit is completely flamboyant.
Flamboyant, you mean?
Colorful, unlike all the other suits, which are all plain and all that. He has colorful feathers. He is covered in spots. He is fabulous.
It's a man I want to shoot already. I don't even
Grumbles
know.
as technically he is the inspiration for the feathered coat I have. Technically, at this point. I'm just going to look him up and down and be like, that's not protocol compliant.
Yes, but it's fabulous. Anyway, when you are out of quarantine, I do need to speak with you privately.
Sure.
Yeah, he's going to hand you paper. Something I believe you would find interest in. We could use their help on this, but right now we're not sure of your state of health.
I am going to take the page.
It is written down test results of analyzing the weapon you guys had brought.
I thought that would be the case.
And what it says is the weapon is coated in an ooze that is meant to preserve the disease. When they theorize that when someone's hit by this ooze, it transfers the disease into them. That was its intended purpose. Also, this seems to be more of a weakened strand of the weeping pox. This looks to be possibly man-made.
Damn, I was hoping to crack that myself, but nah, you just straight tell me as a player.
Well, you see, Authy, they had this weapon for how long? 8 days to analyze it and all that?
Yeah, I know.
Well, you see,
I
Authy,
realized.
it's because he's better than you.
Oh, is he now? Probably he is actually a doctor. I'm just a barber
Not
surgeon.
to mention, I have yet to be drugged by him. So
That has nothing to do with it.
it has something to do with my opinion.
Yeah,
So,
but your opinion's basically worthless at this point.
Actually, when selecting a physician, physicians should always keep in mind the opinion of those that they treat.
Unless, the ones they treat don't have a choice. But anyway, continue, Austin.
He's gonna be like, I'm gonna need. Of course, we're gonna have to keep this on the down low. We can't let anyone in. We can't let the citizens know too much. What the citizens think is there's just been a random stream of weeping pox, possibly, and we have already isolated, and we are constantly guarding them, which is unfortunately you guys. Once you guys have been proven that you don't have the weeping pox fully, like everything should blow over. However, I do want to talk to you when you're done with your quarantine. There's a lot of disturbing information we found out that I can't talk to you here.
Of course.
He actually loses his flamboyant voice a little bit as he says that. You can clearly tell that this shit is serious.
I got it.
Anyway, please stick out your arm. I need to take a sample.
Rolls up the sleeve, removes the leather glove, sticks out arm.
Okay, take sample. Gives you a lollipop.
I am not a child as I take the lollipop and stick it in my coat. What? It's rude to not accept a gift.
How do I do this voice again? Sugar, great.
I'm almost on.
And that's from Destroyer, by the way. Anyway, so moving on from the doctor, Carl, they're going to gently wake you up.
All right,
Okay,
I'm gonna look at him.
Sir? Oh,
What?
sorry to wake you up. We need to take another blood sample.
Hold out my arm. I don't give a shit.
Takes blood sample. Gives you a lollipop.
Stick it in my mouth and go back to sleep.
Buddy is gonna fight getting a blood sample taken a little
You're
bit.
in a room. Oh, this is going to be fun.
As they had fought Buddy before, this time they brought the big boys to take Buddy on to ask for blood samples. However, they're going to do Daroon's first and the Badgers. They're going to ask Daroon to hold the Badger down, as they're not too sure if it's going to bite them for taking a blood sample.
She is going to look at the Badger and say, if you don't let them take the sample, I will break you.
Badger's just asleep. They could take it if they want. Badger really doesn't care.
All right.
See?
And what the fuck does a badger eat? They would have brought a treat for the badger for being a good boy.
Meat of varying kinds.
Honey.
They give you a small they give your badger a small piece of jerky.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. That's between them and the Badger.
And
Badger's gonna be
Daroon,
fine with it.
this towering
Yeah.
you as a towering woman, you see this very, very small person. Excuse me, ma'am. Take a blood sample? Clearly he
She's
is
going to-
horrified.
She is going to look towards the one that they currently have wrestling with Buddy and say, if I say no, do I get to fight him?
Oh no, I have to, I have.
You already said no, fine. And she just extends her arm.
Takes a blood sample,
Like-
gives you a lollipop.
Sure, why not?
Now over to Buddy. Buddy, you have two people on you. They're going to ask you nicely, ma'am. Just give us a blood sample.
She is. You guys know what cats look like when they're angry?
Puffed up.
Yeah, she's puffed up. Like, even dragon, her scales are kind of puffed up. She's scared of needles, okay?
They both hold.
Needles are bad. Needles mean hurt.
They are literally treating her like a literal wild animal. Because last time one of them almost got bitten, their face almost got bit off. So they're gonna,
I'm
ma'am,
not aiming for the face. I'm aiming for the arms.
ma'am, calm down. You just need to.
So,
Can't
so
make an
buddy, you gonna struggle?
make an
Yeah,
athletics or
I'm gonna
acrobatics
struggle.
check as one of them's going to try to. Oh. Well, I was gonna have one of them grapple her, but okay, this works too.
I asked because Darun's always looking for a fight. This is a struggle. She's not opposed, but she's gonna grab all involved.
Ugh.
As Darun and the doctor both basically restrain Buddy. Get the sample! The other one says to his partner.
Yeah, Buddy is biting whenever she can bite.
Ah,
Darun
fuck!
will purposely just stick her arm in Buddy's mouth.
The other one takes
That
Get
does
prepares-
not beat my armor class.
beats
You
takes
just gnaw on the arm.
takes the needle and is about to do it, but Dragonborn scales are a bit of a bitch when the Dragonborn is also struggling. Hold
She doesn't
still.
Like needles. She's never liked needles. She doesn't know why she doesn't like needles.
We need assistance over here. As the flamboyant Dr. 2 Feet walks over and tries to restrain, but gets smacked in the face by Buddy's tail. One of them finally gets a needle into Buddy. However, it is not the needle for collecting blood. Buddy, make me a con save.
Oh,
They're
boy.
putting your ass to sleep. Your ass is not asleep.
If anything, I'm more mad.
Mother.
Alright. Does one of the doctors with the syringe, are they within arm's reach?
Yes, they are.
Yorun is going to reach out because you only need one hand to grapple. Grab the syringe and say, "Allow me." I assume this is gonna act as an improvised weapon. However,
Authy, make
I
him.
am
Not Authy. Apex, make me a medicine check.
Medicine.
Yep.
Yeah, that is not with advantage, but that's fine. 9, because 4.
You're getting advantage through the doctors assisting you.
Do it again. Oh, okay, I guess it didn't. There you go, 18.
Buddy finally gives up a blood sample to Jeroom. As the doctors point out, no, the scales are weaker here. Aim here.
Shank. So it's either that or it goes through a dagger attack. I am very good at stabbing things. Just
Okay.
a smaller point.
Cool. Buddy, they have taken a blood sample. However, they are still dogpiling you because they are not sure how you're going to react. Buddy, make an Archon save that they're going to shove something down your throat.
My arm's in her throat.
Yeah, Apex's arms.
freezing.
Yeah, Apex's arm is in Buddy's throat, so as they try to shove the medicine down her throat, Apex's arm just gets covered in like this ooze.
Ugh.
Crazy.
I imagine I just hear this
Why?
confusing
Why were the
struggle.
doctors trying to shove a goo down Buddy's throat? Downhill.
Liquid medicine? Have you not
Yes.
heard of it?
I'm assuming.
You know what?
I'm just fucking with downhill at this point.
You know what? No. To the thigh. They don't. Buddy doesn't get the. Buddy doesn't get the good treatment. To the thigh.
It's
Buddy.
still a nat 20.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, you know what? Fuck it. Time for the old-fashioned way of knocking someone out.
Hit him in the head really hard.
Yes. They're gonna ask Darun to do this one, as they are not to, they take a vow not to hurt anybody.
So Yarune's gonna look at Buddy with her arm still in her throat and just go, why? And since Buddy is still grappled, I can still move her. Just pick Buddy up. Buddy's around 6 foot, right, Cam?
She's
You made her
6 foot.
pretty big.
She's 6 foot, but she has 2 in volume. She's 6 foot, but she has 2 inches of horn.
And so is that 5'8" with 2 inches of horn to 6, or is that 6 foot with 2 inches of horn to 6'2"?
6'2".
6. Okay. So that's still proper height. I'm still 2 feet taller. So from that, Yarune's just gonna lift Buddy up off the ground and walk her back so she's kind of pressed up against the wall and it's like, why do I need to knock her unconscious?
Okay, cool.
This
They
was a
immediately
game, right?
They immediately leave. Last time they actually got a blood sample. Buddy tried to chase them out of the ward. So they're going to leave.
She goes a little feral when it comes to needles.
Yes, and Yarune's just sitting here watching, nah. Like, just like the wards back home.
Doctor, you see, Doc, you see, all the doctors. They all
Very
fucking-
confused. I imagine like the only reason I'm even in the hallway right now is because I literally stepped out because I heard the struggle next door.
Yeah.
Just peer into Buddy's room. What did you do to them?
She's her pupils kind of undilate. She begins to calm down. She begins to depuff.
Begins to stop fighting on Apex's arm.
Yeah. Don't
Good
like
girl.
needles.
Rolls up the newspaper. Bap.
It's not like it's something I
How
can
could-
control. I lose control when it comes to needles. It has to be someone I trust.
Just the hands are put together in the praying, concerned motion at the tip of the beak. Just like they are doctors. They are literally some of the most Dr. 2 feet.
Just staring. I imagine as he says doctors are trustworthy, all of us are staring at our current doctor like, yes, we all definitely trust you.
Hey, I mean, I'm trustworthy. I haven't technically done anything to make you not like me. Or
Continues
Umbreon.
to
I
stare.
trust you. I don't.
My person just doesn't trust anyone.
I don't
Yeah, that-
trust them.
The only one that trusts you is Cam.
And I'm just gonna lean over and just be like, I was trained at this facility. Trust me. You trust me to perform procedures on you, yes?
Nods.
Then you should be able to trust the people who trained me.
They don't smell right.
They're doctors. And they're in, protective equipment. Because the word hazmat doesn't exist yet.
Hey, by the way, there's a couple feathers, just rainbow feathers on the ground, just scattered a little bit as they were running.
Frustrated that he fucking makes them wear that. This is why mine is dyed black.
No. He's the only one who wears it. The other ones didn't. Like, it's just his.
Either way, do not make such a scene for them again, please. Like, they are trustworthy, mostly.
Look. Buddy points at her head. I know this. She doesn't.
Confusion?
Because that doesn't make you look insane.
That is literally the definition of driving someone insane.
You know how I fight.
Yeah.
Varun's still holding Buddy up against the wall.
Yes, I never put her down. She is still roughly 8 foot because I would have picked her up to eye level and just
Please put me
pressed her.
down now. I've calmed down.
Oh, sorry. I was just listening and I kind of forgot. She will proceed to lower, polite.
Right, go over, sit down on the chair where they actually put a hole for Dragonborn tails.
I will have Buddy know, as Yarun put her down, she will use the arm that she had been gnawing on and give you head pats, roughly 3, before allowing you to walk off.
So, right. She is the half that comes out in combat, who I control. The wolf. Sometimes in
Just getting a very distant, confused stare.
right. So you know how werewolves sometimes go feral.
His eyes appear to follow you.
Okay, give me a second, cause everything is there.
Thank you.
Testing. Is this still working? Testing,
Downhill
here we go.
immediately dies.
Hey, that's my job.
I've been having a
So-
coughing fit all day. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
I mean, if it was up to Buddy, it would be my job.
Yeah.
So, what Amarok and the rest of the pack, the rest of my colleagues explained to me is the wolf is you when you go feral. That's not. There's always humanity trapped within a werewolf. Well, not always, but sometimes there is. I'm the person. The beast is she. So the person knows they are professionals and don't want to hurt me. The beast sees a threat to her existence, so she must fight. It's always happened with me around needles. And I don't know why.
Sharp pokey stick. I could see why.
It doesn't
It would
happen
not like
around
it.
knives, it doesn't happen around axes, it's only needles.
Well, I presume you're not normally being stabbed with knives and axes without already having a threat to your life.
But you can understand why it's so it's to the point where I'm just like, okay, we'll ride this out, I'll just sleep a little more later.
Scratch a side of head.
Interesting.
Well, as a doctor, I have experienced a lot, and I mean quite a lot of people who are afraid of needles for various reasons. So, whatever your reason really is, and I'll be honest, I don't quite understand, considering I'm not a werewolf or part of the Order of Lycan.
It's like you have a second mind. Almost. You're not. It's you, but without the smart.
Interesting.
I'm. Dr. Destroyer's gonna make a comment at that in your head. I mean.
In my head, shut up.
Laughter happens.
Well, You probably haven't had a lot of time to attempt to tame that side of your mind. It's. As a doctor, I've also had people come to me for psychiatric purposes.
I mean, I'm.
So it's
half
literally just, like,
things-
battling
I
your
have that
demons?
side of my mind. That's the big thing. It's just she sometimes.
I have to go for a minute.
She sometimes forces me out. There ain't anything I can do about it.
Well, it is what it is. So, now that that has been taken care of, and I have
About your
had.
arm.
Oh, this, it didn't even hurt.
There's just a little bit of saliva that you have to wipe off quickly, but that's
Oh,
about
no,
it.
no. There's marks on her arm. It's just she didn't break the skin. It's something I actually used to do with one of my dogs before. They like to bite onto my arm, and I'd grab their lower jaw, and they just go nuts.
Yep, because then they can't get any leverage behind it. It's a good thing to do with puppies.
I should probably go back to Buddy collapses, cause she has been pumped through with I don't know how many knockout drugs.
Your had been there, so she'll just kind of like catch Buddy, pick her up, and move her to the bed.
Whose bed? Buddy's bed or your bed?
Buddy's bed. We're in Buddy's room.
Buddy's room.
Okay. Double checking. Double checking.
That'd be a little bit weird. What are you implying, Downhill?
I don't know. I'm not in my right mind.
That's but we all love each other for it.
Fair enough. Anyway.
Oh yeah, by the way, one of the doctors comes in after Buddy passes out and gives Darun Buddy's lollipop.
Yorun will proceed to leave it on Buddy's bedside counter. A snack for when she wakes. And Yorun will actually also leave the one she was given on the counter as well. Shrug.
So, for the rest...
20 caught me off guard.
I just love that Drit just to fucking grapple Buddy.
Grappling, it's my thing. If I'm gonna get a natural 20 on something, it might as well be something that I do often.
Oh, the nat 20 Constitution save.
But
Oh dear.
everyone goes back to their activities, but sleep first.
So Yorun will move on to her own personal training regimen now that Buddy's kind of calmed down.
Badger's
Badger's sleeping. He stayed up all night.
Badger's like me, nocturnal.
So that's the time.
You already know I gotta talk to the Badger.
Arthur still isn't back, so.
Yep, but they gotta talk to the Badger anyway and see if they even are gonna go through with the plan.
Yep, because if the Badger thinks it's a bad idea, I will heed the Badger's advice because they're the only one that have done anything with me or for me that hasn't been drugging me, fighting me, or just watching. Darun is very much neutral ground, but Buddy and I really don't like the Doctor. Just, I will tell you this now, Carl hates the Doctor and Buddy's on thin fucking ice.
Don't worry, you're on thin ice with both of them as well. It's a mutual
boy.
hatred.
I don't know why you fucking hate me. I didn't do shit to you, you bastard.
You've drugged me!
Anyway, so the badger's still vibing with the giant. So
Yeah, I'm effectively gonna go in and pick up the badger.
Badger will allow this.
where you guys going?
Why do I now want a meme of just a tiefling holding a badger and all it says in the caption is the badger?